This video will be about answers given to the questions of the case study about this engraving from 1875 named The Triumph of the Republic. The author is unknown, but the document is very clearly structured and so very useful for anybody who wants to learn more about the history of the creation of the Third Republic. Just a remark, it is displayed in Paris in Musée Carnavalet, which is a museum dedicated to the history of Paris. What is remarkable about this poster is how strongly it is structured. You can see the three different parts, top, middle and bottom, which clearly correspond to one specific topic. And we have Marianne, who is at the center of the poster, as if she was some kind of a keystone to the entire document. So here is Marianne. She is the allegory of the French Republic. She was chosen as a symbol in 1848. So reintroduced when the Third Republic arrived. The attributes that she's holding or wearing are for most of them meaningful. On her head, the Phrygian cap, which is a reference to the cap worn by the sans-culottes during the revolution, and so the sans-culottes happened to be the radical revolutionaries who demanded the republic. The first, they did not even agree with constitutional monarchy. Before them, the Phrygian cap was, from a more general point of view, a symbol of liberty, a reference to the fact of making slaves free in antiquity. She's wearing a sword or a dagger in her right hand, which is, well, clearly a symbol of her power and also her struggle, her fight. 1875 is a moment when the Republic is not accepted by everybody, and so Marianne is fighting because the Republicans are fighting for survival and also for imposing this new regime. In her left hand she's holding the red, white and blue flag of France. The interesting remark here is to recall that this flag dates back to 1789. It is by definition the flag of the revolution. So it's not particularly and not strictly a republican symbol. Indeed, it had remained the flag of France during the July monarchy of King Louis Philippe, for example. You may remember that the choice for the three colors was mostly due to the fact that blue and red were the colors of Paris and the white was the color of the monarchy. So Paris taking control of the monarchy, of Paris and the revolutionaries of Paris being associated with the monarchy, was definitely the message of what happened on the 14th of July 1789. Another attribute which is not present on this detail here is the fact that Marianne is walking, trampling with her foot the crown and the scepter of the French king. So she's actually destroying monarchy. Now around Marianne and above her are some angels. The presence of angels may seem surprising, as the Republicans were not particularly Catholic, or more importantly, the Catholic Church was not supporting the new Republic. So why these religious symbols? Well, I think they are not particularly Christian. Many religions refer to angels, but they provide a sense of a kind of sacred dimension to the Republic. And the regime needs that at that moment. It is not very well known, it is not very well respected by many people, so these angels provide some kind of solemnity to the entire message. The biggest one is holding a flame. So he's providing light, a bit like the philosophers of the 18th century provided enlightenment on the minds of their readers. There is the idea that the Republic will help bring France out of the darkness of the era of monarchy or empire. And the two small angels are carrying signs which read on the left suffrage universel, so universal suffrage, which had been instituted in 1848 and not destroyed by the Second Empire and certainly not by the Third Republic, only male suffrage, as you know, at the moment, and reference to the rights of man on the right is again a reassertion of the great principles of the Enlightenment that were already the principles of the Revolution of 1789. So the Republic is obviously the continuation of 1789. So here they are, the four characters of the top. They clearly provide that clear message. And in the middle, you have this crowd of only men. Which is not. It was not a period of gender equality. Clearly, at least the Republic was a woman, but it's as if women are totally absent from this active crowd. Despite the absence of any women, we can see that these people are not all the same. In fact, they're all different. To be honest with you, it's difficult for me to distinguish absolutely each and every character here, but some of them are rather obvious. On the left, for example, you can see a man with a black top hat, who is obviously a bourgeois, and there's also a soldier here wearing a blue and red uniform. And on the right side, you can see at least clearly holding their shoulders a farmer, and with his hat, a hat made of straw, and a worker or a craftsman carrying this strong hammer. Okay, so here they are, and worker and farmer here. So what conclusion can we draw out of this? It is that it's not only one category of the French population that is supporting the Republic and has made revolutions several times in the 19th century. It is a union of all social categories. So what we have here is a definition of the nation, of the French nation, as a political community which is defined by the feeling of fraternity between different people. That's one of the important dimensions of the message of the poster as well. Okay, and finally the people in the foreground at the bottom. So you have some people who are obviously in a bad shape because they are all falling down on their knees, would be the correct expression, but actually they are more exactly falling on their bottom. And some of them can be recognized. Nobody's really famous on the left side, but this man here is holding a paper which reads Charter, and so he's obviously a supporter of the Restoration, the period when monarchy was restored and when the Bourbon and then the Orléans family had provided the kingdom not with a constitution but a charter. So this is obviously rejected by the Republic. Sorry about that. Then you have Napoleon III, who is falling on his principle of using plebiscites with the population, which mostly meant asking the French people to answer yes to a question. And this man, who is wearing a spiked helmet, is a military man, but in fact is a German. So Germany was the country that had defeated France in 1870, so the defeat that killed the Second Empire. So we can interpret that like a kind of patriotic message. Okay, the Republic will fight against the Germans. It is also a political message in the sense that the German regime was also an empire. So it's totally anti-Bonapartist or anti-Caesarist opinions which are described on the right side of the poster. So the conclusion and the different messages of the poster are that the new republic is in a way proclaiming its authority. What is clearly described is that the republic has won over all the other regimes and has destroyed them all, and this struggle was won because it was the will of the French nation. Okay. Another message is that the principles of the Republic, the principles that the Republic will help preserve, are the principles of the Revolution of 1789. In fact, like most regimes, not to say all regimes of the 19th century in France, the Third Republic claimed that it was ending, in a positive way, the process which had been opened in 1789, ending the revolution, and now on, at least according to this poster, the Republic is the official regime of France because it is based on the decision of the actor that possessed sovereignty, and this sovereign actor was the French nation.